Welcome brawlers, I'm the Hermit, and Lorwyn Eclipsed is upon us. So our commander for today is Maralen Ascendant. She costs 5 mana in Sultai colors and we get a 4/5 Elf Fairy Noble. She cares about how many Elves and Fairies we have. Whenever one of them enters, we exile the top 2. And for the turn we exile, we can play one of them with mana value less than or equal to the number of Elves plus Fairies we control, without paying its costs. So if we have one Fairy and one Fairy and one Elf, we get 2, but if we have Changeling, it only counts as 1. So for the most part, we're gonna be running Elves, just because it's easier to make synergy focus on one creature type than the other, or at least than both, I mean. And on top of that, we just have a handful of Fairy cards. So we have Brazen Borrower, Stallion Stromguard, they act as interaction, bouncing spells or non-land permanents. We also have Maralen Pixie, which is an honorary elf in that it just can tap to add mana. Bitter Runebearer as well as Bitter Blossom, just because they make 1/1s, even though we lose the life. With Maralen they just start exiling our opponent's stuff and helping us cast even bigger stuff. Then we have a decent amount of mana dorks. Most of them are elves, but we do run Birds of Paradise, the Lighted Halfling, as non-elves, non-changeling, non-fairies. Then we have a couple of Planeswalkers, Daibar, Jubilant Brawler, so that we can tap our mana dorks the turn they come into play, for mana at least. Daibar Kell, he makes 1/1 elves. And we also have Freya Liz, she can untap. Well, I guess all 3 of them can untap our elves, but Freya Liz also can draw us an elf with her -1. So we also have a couple of staples: Bloodshifters, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, Mind Spike, Wash Away, Tailsend. Since we want more creatures, we are not running that many spells. That means not many counter spells at all. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue and play some elves, steal some cards. Shrines. I guess at least we have a fast start. So we play Elvish Mystics, then we play Rofellos. Well, maybe... We could also Thoughtseize our opponent and kill their elves here. Repudiate. Activated ability, yeah. Let's take Solitude. Opponent brainstorms, and if they don't have a fish, they can at least surveil one of the cards to the graveyard. I guess now it's the time for Rofellos. Yep, opponent sends a land to the jar. Now, a good thing to note here is that it doesn't give for an elf or fairy creature. It mostly implies it, but that means we can also get Bitter Blossom, get an exile out of it. And it also counts to the exile clause. To the cast clause, I mean. Opponent removes our Repels, but also gives us Birds of Paradise. Ooh, and it joins up, as well as Sanctum of Conmore. Yeah, if they didn't exile repel us, we would have more mana, so we could also Bitter Blossom. Get some more, gain some more value out of it. Let's play Beast Whisperer. Virtue of Knowledge. You may. Okay. Guess we should copy that because we cannot get to the bigger part. Oh, yeah, we couldn't get to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I guess next turn we can actually, yeah, we were gonna be able to play the Virtue. Yeah, I took a pause there because I didn't remember how the rules work. But it seems even if we don't own the adventure, we cast the adventure side, it goes to exile, and we, because we cast it, can play the permanent side. So, GG's. I guess opponent didn't like their card draw, the card they drew, and their hand overall, so at least we beat friends. And out of Faeries and Elves, I decided to go with the Elves route for Maralen because, well, Fairies are better at playing instant speed, sort of a flash plan, and Maralen just kind of forces you to play sorcery speed, so it felt a little counterintuitive, counterproductive. This needs to be blue. Actually, green is better because we have repellers. BB, I guess they will resolve their commander. Yeah, maybe I needed to think about that. I was just focusing on getting enough plants, enough creatures, but I kind of forgot. BB is pretty much kill on sight. Black Faden, okay, that's not as bad for us.
Like you could use a helping hand.
And especially because we don't run artifacts.
Isn't the unknown exciting?
I discard to land. Okay, I messed that one up. I needed to play Rofellos first. Play a green source. Rofellos comes. And next turn we can play the Pixie and the Lone Speaker because now we cannot play Rofellos plus the Lone Speaker. Okay, Moxamber, BB. So maybe we play Maralen here.
A little looting never hurts.
Yeah, I don't know what BB could have that we want to steal. Okay, unable to scream is actually decent. Flip out the back. Unfortunate. And yeah, I forgot the Pixie also had screen, so I take back what I said earlier. Although here, yeah, playing these elves before Maralen might not be the best idea. But I just wanted to build a board. Because baby. So they have the One Ring. This is target opponent. Okay. So we're not gonna be exiling anything, casting anything from our opponent's library. And yeah, they have protection from everything, so they cannot plus their own deck Faden on themselves. Oops. Oh.
Isn't the unknown exciting?
Oh. Like champion of the perfect here. How much mana do we have? Even. And here I'm afraid we just... Yeah, we go like this. And this is only a high risk play, championing or well exiling the elf or the Keith King, whatever the champion is, when it's on the stack, because if they counter it, you never get the card back. But if it hits the field, then you can get the card back whenever it leaves the field. So okay, yep. Right, that was 6, I thought it was 7. So I guess they're gonna steal our stuff. My bad. When in picks, they see Frill Mystic. Don't catch mentor. Let's try to counter that. If damage, we take it. Campbell, Galvanic Iteration. Do we want to untap?
Speak my name with admiration.
Now let's get more cards from our opponent.
There's enough glory for all of us.
Think into Stupor, Elation. We gamble, but what do we get? Card of Calling, maybe? No, we should get a removal spell, I guess. 50-50, and we beat those. They protect BB, sure. And we can even jump block with the token, so that's also nice to keep in mind. Yeah, they attack, we block. They have another turn. Yeah, shame we didn't hit the time warp with our exile. We could have cast it here if they somehow find. Okay, so let's concede here. Yeah, they probably get Reverse Rebuke, I assume. Reverse Rebuke, 6 mana, just enough to hit us for lethal, so GG's, BB. Sabsunin. And with this, we can Mind Spike, Command, Awaken. So, if they play a creature here, hopefully it's one that we can kill. No, they don't. So let's Mind Spike. Planar Genesis, Growth Spiral, Reverse Rebuke. Guess we take the Spiral. Yeah, kinda sad they had redundancy for that. Incubation Druid. Fanatic of Rona. This we can kill both of them. So let's. And here they are going to plan our Genesis. Let's see if we can exile something good. Maybe something like an aura. That would be useful. Nope, just lands. So will they rebuke us? Nope, they get there. Here I want to discard Typar. Get back the speaker. What do we get with the speaker? Probably, yeah, Prison Borrower could do it. Or maybe Badger Molkov. We played the land. Yeah, we can play both the Cobb and the Pixie. If we get the Brazen, we can only play it. Intriguing, I still explore. If we play the Explorer, we get one extra land drop. But they will get it back. No. And that was the turn it couldn't block. So now they... Yeah, they have the mana to do their stuff. But I like the way we played it because with them, if they bounce everything, well, the land stays, but more importantly, we replayed Badger Molkov. We get even more mana. Rich Card's Expertise. Okay. That is a good card. Lotus Cobra, Nisa, and one land. So what will they do with 4 more mana? Another land drop. I guess another land. A free rampant growth. We just need a good draw here. Adana's Climb. So it will transform right here. But it doesn't trigger because it's already in place, so they get 2 mana, but not more from... Oh, never mind. They... Oh... Yep. I guess we lose now. Yeah, that's enough to kill us, I think. So let's go to the next one. Yeah, we kind of needed a creature there. So, or yeah, I played thinking they would bounce all of our stuff and we could replay it for more value, but they were patient and instead they kept it for essentially dealing lethal to us. GG's. The balance scale. So what do we want to earthbend? Guess it could be the passage, so we get another land. Insidious Roots. Or maybe we play Maralen here. Yeah, I like that idea. So now we might want to champion on the Devoted Druid. They make us sacrifice Maralen. Actually, maybe the Shepherd could also be okay. So they took our Blossom. Okay, Lightning Grips. They don't have a fetch land though, so we are short by a couple. I guess this is an island. Oh, we don't have any more, so just a forest. Sure, opponent Devils. So they don't have anything, they are going to risk it. Okay, they are not. So we win. Yeah, turns out champion of the perfect, really good beater. And same thing for Maralen, a 4/5, decent enough. But obviously paying 4 mana for a 6/6, really where you want to be as far as aggro goes. GG Steba. Tifa. Yeah, I guess we can keep it, see how Bitter Bloom better works. And obviously Abrupt Decay with the Nightmare, also good against our opponent. I don't think I want that. But maybe they play some boots or something. Oh, okay. Gear is not as important to kill as the other equipment. Nisa, so we have 5 mana. We want to spend it all in one place. I don't think so. But maybe we should. No, we should play the halfling and then play one of these guys. The equip Nisa, let's bounce her. Gaya's gift. Okay, at least that kills essentially our borrower. Or I guess we can also just, with the Nightmare, kill Nisa during our turn. I don't like us not getting more stuff. I mean, more lands. Yeah, this doesn't have trample, so we can jump block. Which we might need to since They will play Sutina, I think. Okay, never mind. They don't. And that is a tireless provisioner. Divar. Okay. Also a decent card. Here, what is the play? Is we mine to champion? If we do, we use Rofelos. Two lands. Yeah, I think we hold up with the nightmare. They might be thinking about how they are there. Okay. Let's kill Nisa. I guess they can do that in response. And Nisa doesn't die. They also get enough mana to activate Divar, so really not ideal. Yep, and either one of those is enough to deal lethal, so GG's. Yeah, I guess I needed to kill Tybar, but they would have done pretty much the same. We could block, but even if we do block, they just kill us. And it's Tifa, so can't complain about losing to that. GG's. Slime, foot, and squee. We can burst, and then next turn have Feral Push, Mind Spike, Wash Away. Only one. Hopefully this is a dork we can Feral Push. Nope, it seems like I thought this. Snap out. They don't have anything. It's all creatures and lands. Emperor of Bones. Let's see if we get another land. If not, maybe we can... Well, we will have to tutor for something, but what will it be? Maybe we still tutor. Maybe, because I don't want this forest. Overlord, and they get back their Emperor. Yeah, that's fine. We don't use, for instance, in the yard. Play Maralen. Ooh, Thoughtseize. That's a good one. Graced, we take that. And here I guess they can Rina, use it for mana. Well, they didn't exert, which we are okay with. Here we play Beast Whisperer. Play the Might. And we can sacrifice it to kill their overlords. And I guess we cannot do that as well as chord equals 3, which would get us what can we get for 3? Bitter Bloom better, maybe. Yeah, here we take the damage. Druid. Libar. Actually, yeah, Eladamri might be better. Hmm. Earth Awaken. Right, we can. Yeah, let's create a hoof here. Because we can cast this. Cast that. Activate. And opponent got hoof. GG's, Slimefoot. GG's. I guess it's not as scary if it doesn't go to the graveyard. They needed a sacrifice outlet. Otherwise, we just got lucky and ran them over. Also, for me, Double Speaker. Really, really nice addition for this type of deck. GG's. Against Priestly Bill. So yet another landfall deck. And we can work with this hand, although Mask Vandal is not gonna be the greatest. But just because we can dismember Bill, I think it's going to be worth it. But they have protection. Yeah. Unfortunate. Great change. Okay, so maybe we can block. Just so we can Mask Vandal. Exile their Great Henge. Heroic Intervention. GG's, I guess. Yeah, we cannot beat this big appeal and Great Henge as well. So, GG's. I guess we want to mulligan. So, yeah, Incubation Druid might be useful. And if we don't get the land, Archdruid will help us as well. So. And it seems like they have gemstone caverns. Yeah, they can afford to lose some card advantage because they can draw a couple of cards with Yasharn. So Springheart Nantoko. And if we want to kill Yasharn, we need to discard a card. So we probably won't. But the druid. Yeah, we take a hit. Unless no. So for Elishnan, we will actually discard the card. Okay, so if we do it like this, we cannot do both. So I guess we discard the chorus. And the Avenger says another, so we shouldn't block with it. And I guess this is similar to Slimefoot and Squee, in that we don't want to block them at all. With Yasharn because they can get even more lands. Yeah, that's not gonna work because of the colors. So let's go like this. We could disciple equal to the power. Yeah, we would draw 4, even if we don't draw the extra card or any extra cards from the Avenger. Oh yeah, we draw 4. Hopefully one of them is an elf. Or something we can cast for 2 mana. Either ways, GG's. Good game, Shashar. Dak Faden. And this is a really good Elvish Mystic top hand. So let's get in on that. Now we have 6, 7, 8 mana. Okay, we have less mana from that. But we can recoup some of it.
Let's see what this hex gold can do. We're in this together.
Like an elf.
Transgressions a sky shroud is home to many of my kin.
I guess an Anger of the Gods. Okay, yeah. An Anger of the Gods would have killed us there. We get 2 lands back, but they have 3, we have 2. Okay, since they didn't have it, we just win. GG's. Druneth, Reviver of the Hive. And yeah, this is a decent corp. I guess we push that and put the Unable to Scream on Druneth. You'll tank Fister. Or maybe not, I guess. Yeah, just to be mana efficient, let's Unable to Scream the Fister. They might get some value out of Druneth here. Okay, why am I? Ooh. Now they can sacrifice their mites to kill the binding as well as Unable to Scream. So that's... Also this is first main, so they could have done it instant speed in their upkeep. Only they had known. 2, 3 drops. And that's a nice combo with Bill. They can just get the Incubation Druids. The counters with the landfall trigger. And here we go. Talion Strongguard, bounce the token, I guess. Or spike. Sad. They might surveil heal, but more importantly, they can activate heal a couple of times. Yep. And that's not a creature, so we lose. GG's. Against Dove, first Metal Bender. And in this case, I think we want to play the Burst first, just because if we either don't play it or it gets removed, we want to keep the Elf for later with Maralen. Here we go for Glissam. Slayer. Your opponent either ramps with... Okay, they seem to be more of a combo type thing. Maybe? No, hit harvest. Draw one, lose one. Victor Bloomberger, we like that. Keep those. If they play a non-land, we counter it. If they don't, we probably kill Engineer. Oops, maybe we should have killed it right there. Is now we might hold on and kill Dove. Yeah, that seems like the plan. Or we could also whip the knight. Let's torch the tower on the engineer. Draw another card. Experimental synthesizer. Vexing bubble. Ooh, we should destroy that. Oswald Fiddlewind. To have a fetch land, so target player mills. Ichor Wellspring, Humiliation. Yep, we were going to Humiliation Oswald, I think. And that was enough for our opponent. GG's. So that's gonna be it for today. And for this one, I think I'm struggling a little bit just because it wants you to play a creature heavy strategy. So the interaction and the card draw is a little bit... I'm unsure about them, so I will probably change out with the Nightmare, Chord of Calling for more counter spells, probably stuff that can also protect our creatures, because if we have Maralen, then we have decent, well, yeah, decent mana advantage, card advantage I mean, and obviously it's still dependent on our opponent's deck, what are they running, what they have on top. So maybe we also want more card advantage in the main deck. We saw Champions of the Perfect as well as Beast Whisperer just being some of the most powerful synergies we have in this deck, so something along those lines I would suggest. But for now, thank you for watching. I'm DJ Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.